All right, guys. So what is it about dirt roads and curvy roads and all this stuff that we love? Let's dive into it on this episode of Rolling with T-Bone. And somebody asked, why don't you ever do videos of starting your motorcycle? There you go. Alright guys, welcome back to this episode of Rolling with T-Bone. As we're rolling down the road on the Blue Moon with no windshield. Of course, it's summertime. I usually always pull the windshield off of Blue Moon. Boy, this is a loud motorcycle. I'm trying to figure out my audio situation, guys. Trying to figure out how loud I need to talk to be heard. Can I talk in a normal voice? Because I am riding with my open face setup today. I'm really enjoying this. I'm really hoping that I can make this work out the way I want it to. And I believe it will. But if you're new here, welcome in. My name's T-Bone. I make motorcycle related content and, well, any kind of content really. If you are new here, I'd like for you to check out a couple of my videos. Make sure I'm right for you. Make sure you like what I'm doing. If you do, consider subscribing to my channel on YouTube. Hit the notification bell so you know when I drop new videos. And consider following us. Be glad to have you. If you're old here, welcome back. You know what's going on. Like I said, as we're rolling down the road on the Blue Moon. So the question is, what is it about the curvy roads that a biker loves? Well, to answer that question, guys, it's pretty easy. Now, I know not everybody actually gets to ride on curvy roads. Geographically, where they live, they don't have a whole lot of curvy roads. It's more flat. And so when they get a chance to go somewhere and ride on some curvy roads, they love it. So what I'm going to attempt to do in this video is try to relay to you what it is exactly about riding on a curvy road that we all love. Well, most bikers love it. Now, I do know bikers who have told me in the past when I'd be leading groups or whatever, you know, we don't like a lot of curvy roads, so if you take them, well, you take them easy. And of course, I'm a kind of rider, I can adapt the way I ride to just about anybody's style. I can ride slower for people in the pack if I need to. I can ride a little harder for those who want to ride a little harder. Probably why people like for me to lead. Even these guys on these bicycles up here in front of you, you might be able to see them. There's a bunch of them. Of course, I'm behind them riding my bicycle has a motor, so I'm going to start weaving through them here, guys. Y'all just hang on. You know, I always try to give those guys extra clearance when I'm riding and I see that they're out riding their bikes, because just as I am on Blue Moon or any of my motorcycles, it's what I enjoy doing. And those guys on their bicycles, they love to ride their bicycles. And hey, you know, it's something you love to do, so do it. I try not to get too mad at them when they're out riding their bicycles, because I don't like people to get mad at me when I'm out riding my motorcycle, if that makes sense. So riding on curvy roads, guys, to be honest with you, it's really a preference. I think that's about the best way to begin explaining what it is about curvy roads that we bikers love. You know, crotch rockets like them because they like to see how fast they can go through them. And of course, guys like me that are on cruisers and baggers, we just enjoy the flow of the road. Because it's really hard to explain that to someone who doesn't ride a motorcycle. When you're riding your motorcycle on a curvy road, whether it's big curves, little curves, sweeping curves, hairpin curves, there's something about being on your bike, the motor's right, your feeling is right, everything is right, and it's kind of like you melt into the road, and the road becomes a part of you. The road becomes a part of your blood vein. It's like you're flowing inside of the road. And like I said, that's real hard to explain to someone who don't ride a motorcycle. It's real hard to explain to people who do ride that don't like curvy roads. But riding motorcycles on curvy roads, it's kind of like I was saying, you melt into the pavement, your road, your bike, and you. As hard as it is to explain, it's kind of like you become one. It's kind of like you're flowing with the rhythm. And of course, each road does have its own rhythm. Curvy road, straight road, gravel road. They all have their own rhythms. And you're out here riding in that rhythm, you know, trying to have your best ride in that rhythm. But I love curvy roads. I always have. Of course, our area is well known for curvy roads. Tail of the Dragon, of course, up in North Carolina. Cherahalla Skyway to an extent. It's not super curvy, but it is curvy. I'm not gonna lie, it's not. It does have some nice straightaways in it. And of course, for more local, where I'm at, you've got Fort Mountain, Highway 2, 60, out toward Suches. Of course, when you get to Suches, you have Wolfpin Gap. So I don't really, and I've said this before in other videos, I don't really have to leave my immediate area for great riding, because we have some of the greatest roads for riding motorcycles. As Blue Moon gets his lean on, we have some of the greatest roads for curvy road riding, I think, anywhere I've ever ridden. But it was brought up in a live chat the other night. Someone was talking about that they didn't have a lot of curvy roads, or they were only able to ride on flat roads. So to them, that wasn't very exciting. And I hope my audio's coming in, guys. I hope you guys are actually hearing. I won't really know until I start editing. I may have to boost the video or audio some, but if you've got sunshine overhead, beautiful trees to look at, you're on your bike, any state, any county, any road can be a great road to ride on. You know, you don't have to be going to the ones that have been set up as traps for bikers to come and ride on, and then you ride on it and you're like, well, that really wasn't what I was expecting it to be. And that's kind of the trap that they get you in now. The Cherahalla Skyway, I suggest riding that road anytime you get a chance. I love the Cherahalla Skyway, I always have. But to me, there are some curvy roads that are more or less just overhyped just to draw bikers in. Now, one of these roads that I like to ride on that's kind of curvy is Mountain View Lane. local people are going to know this road for sure. And if you've been watching my videos for a while, you've seen me ride this road before. You'll actually see this road turn up in a lot of my videos, because this road is a kind of a roundabout road to get me to Copper Hill, to town. But it is a curvy road. I love riding this road. But I was saying that some of those curvy roads that people ride on are overhyped. And I love riding the Tail of the Dragon, guys. And I know there's a lot of commercial draw for people to come and ride the Tail of the Dragon, and I get it. They're trying to make money off of it. You know, restaurants and, you know, Killjoys sets up there, and Killboy, I mean, and they set up their cameras, them and Dragon 123. I get it. I get the commercial draw of it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But there's 1,000 videos on YouTube where people came from other states, sometimes pretty far away, and they have rode the Tail of the Dragon, and they were like, huh, I really expected it to be more than that. And that's kind of the feeling that you get off of that road sometimes is, you know, I expected it to be a little bit more than that. But the Dragon is a fun road to ride on. But, you know, sometimes they commercialize it and they make it seem like that it's an impossible road to ride. It's not. We have way worse roads here in Fannin County, Georgia. Highway 2 being the first one that pops into mind. That's way more dangerous than the Tail of the Dragon. I actually, if y'all want to scroll down through my videos, you'll actually find a video that I marked, Today We Ride Highway 2, I think was the one I was telling you about. I rode Highway 2. And, man, Highway 2 has a couple of crazy switchbacks on it. Great sweeping curves. And then it has a couple of hairpins that'll slip up on you if you're careful. Not very careful riding it, you'll be down and out in a heartbeat. But one road in our local area that I don't think gets commercialized as much as it should is Wolfpen Gap, riding from Suches, Georgia to Blairsville, Georgia. Not a very long road. I mean, might be 11 miles, 12 miles long, something like that. Excuse me, guys. But it's a great road to ride, a very fun road to ride on. But what I love about our area here is you can go from one road to the next and the view never gets bad. Especially in late spring, early summer like we're coming into now. The trees have come in full, the grass is green, you know, snakes are snaking, weeds are weeding. Everything's doing its thing. I saw a black snake back there, is why I said that. I don't kill black snakes, but that's another video. I'll actually do a snake video, maybe next couple, 2 or 3 maybe, if I don't forget. But, yeah, I mean, I love it. I love to get on down the road, too, sometimes. Woo! I love it. G. Smith says he loves the way the Dyna sounds. He said, man, I love to listen to that Dyna when you're riding it. And, man, what a great bike for back roads, though, the Super Glide. Now, there are those that will say that the Super Glide is nothing but a Sportster on steroids. And they're not wrong. Man, I love it. They're not wrong, and I'll tell you why they're not wrong, because I have said that. You got a Sportster front end, a little bit beefier frame than a Sportster, but you've got a big twin sitting in it. But man, what a fun bike for riding on the back roads. I love taking Blue Moon and hitting the back roads. Because originally R1 and I were going to go riding today, and she wasn't feeling up to snuff this morning, and I'm not going to try to force her to ride when she don't feel like it. because I know how I feel when I feel bad. Sometimes riding my motorcycle is not very high on my priority list, but she said, I think I just kind of not want to ride today. I want to ride, but I don't want to ride. And I was like, that's cool. So I'm going to take Blue Moon and I'm going to hit the back roads. Of course, if R1 would have been with me, would have been on Big Papa. Because Big Papa's my family bike. That's the Cadillac. But, man, for riding the back roads, I love Blue Moon. This bike is just, it's nimble. Now, it is lowered 2 inches in the rear end. I do have it lowered. I don't have it lowered. The guy I got it from had it lowered. But he's fun to ride on back roads. Of course, I can have fun riding on back roads on any motorcycle, but, you know, the Super Glide, basically, the Sportster on steroids, as we call it, is set up a little higher, not real high, but you're sitting up top on the bike a little bit more, if that makes sense. You're not sunk down in the center of the seat like you are on the Softails, like Big Papa and, of course, Thunderstruck. Thunderstruck sits way low in the center, but it may have something to do with that Mustang seat on Thunderstruck too. But man, Blue Moon is a great backroads bike. I love it. Curvy roads, guys. And I know, like I said, I know there's a lot of people out there who do not like to ride on curvy roads, and a lot of that I have found over time. Like I said, I've been riding motorcycles my whole life. I'm 46-year-old. My dad put me on my first street bike when I was 8-year-old, and I've been riding street bikes my whole life. A lot of it is skill level. People psych themselves out before they get on a curvy road. I don't think about it. It's just another road for me to ride. Will I do good on it? I hope. Would I be shocked if I didn't? Not really. But tell you what, guys, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this ride into town here. I'll get back with y'all just like that. Okay, so earlier in the video I mentioned Highway 2 about being one of the fun rides around here. So I thought, you know what, why can't we go ride Highway 2? We have the technology. I just hope we don't have a whole lot of traffic, but it is what it is, and ain't what it ain't. As the old Recycle Hooligan would say, go give him a follow over on YouTube, guys. Check his channel out. He shoots some cool content. Real good guy. But Highway 2, here we go. Good sweeping curve right here. And then another sweeping curve right there. As Andy Griffith would say, right there. And a good little straightaway right there. I love this road right here, guys. Been about probably 7 years ago now, 6 years. They paved this road, and I know some of y'all are going to get in my comments and argue about this, but I love riding on a freshly paved road. Let it set for a couple of weeks, let the oil kind of soak in, and then ride that thing, baby. But this is Highway 2. This is the local road right here where I live. I ride this road a lot, actually, because I can take this road coming home from work, going to work. It's probably a fourth gear road, not all the way, but for the most part, according to what you ride. But it's just a fun curvy road, and it's about 9 miles from beginning to end until the road changes. This road dead ends. If you go back in my videos, and I wish you guys would give me some more views on my older videos, off-roading with T-Bone and that, because I love those videos where I took the 750 Honda Shadow Spirit that I used to call the Hick from French Lick, and I would ride him through the mountains on gravel roads. Off-roading with T-Bone. Y'all scroll down give those videos a watch and then come back to this video or comment on that video and say, hey, I watched Off-Roading with T-Bone, let me know. Because I love those off-roading videos. One of these days I might end up with another good bike to off-road with. These heavier Harleys don't like off-roading. This bike here, the Super Glide, I could off-road with this bike if I wanted to. But it sits so low I don't really want to. And if you're going to off-road with a street bike, you know, I'm not talking about dirtsters or, you know, guys running 50, 60 mile an hour on a gravel road, but if you were just going to get off-road on a good street bike and just cruise, and you want to be able to go from street to dirt, but you don't want to buy a $80,000 Pan America to do it, just get you a good jet bike with a water cooler on it, radiator, and ease up first, second gear, and just enjoy the view. Like this view right here, guys. I hope y'all are taking this view in here on Highway 2. But what I was going to say before I distracted myself with a squirrel, if you go down and watch the Rolling with T-Bone videos, I end up at the end of this road, or the off-roading with T-Bone, I'm sorry. I end up at the end of this road where it turns to gravel, and I take y'all around the mountain. I really loved shooting those videos. And if I had the 750 still, I would probably be out shooting one of those videos today. But of course I ended up trading that bike for my son's bike. Got to get his bike out and get him geared up for riding here pretty soon. But this is Highway 2, guys. Love these curves, man. Sweeping curves. There are some hairpins on it, but we're coming up on McKinney Crossing right now. Right down here is the McKinney Bridge and the McKinney house here, guys. On the left, you'll see it when we get around here. Nice big sweeping curve right here. The McKinney house right there on the left, the big white house, is one of the oldest houses in this area. This is called McKinney Crossing, Fighting Town Creek. Old house there. Excuse me. Certainly is a lot of history tied up with our area here. But guys, I think I'm gonna call this video done. I hope you was able to get out and enjoy the sunshine where you were living. Hope you were able to get out and do some riding. But guys, I'm gonna back on out of here. Y'all remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the cool stuff. And guys, remember, y'all take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I'm T-Bone, and this has been Rolling with T-Bone.